You have an idea of what you want to do, but it's hard for you to get started. And even if you get started, to see it to the end, you struggle with it. Are you the type of person that overthinks things? Well, this week on Motivation and Confidence, we're going to give you 3 tips to help you stop overthinking. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in to Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. Can I say my own name? It's so crazy. So, on the journey of doing the podcast, we've been fortunate enough to gather an audience. So, first off, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share this podcast. And we have 155 other episodes if you just need to catch up. But it'll only take you about 4 days if you just want to binge. So feel free to do so. You know, we started out with the frame of mind of how you can self-treat yourself out of falling into depression, right? That was probably the focus of the first 80 episodes. Personal struggle that I had in using this as a way to document what I was doing to stay healthy, to maintain a positive state of mind. As the podcast has evolved in dealing with the creatives and the artists, as all of you are, as all of us are, we have the ability to, like an alchemist, take one thing and convert it into another. So in speaking to all of my creators out there, we want to help you to present yourself on social media, as well as to present the most confident and inspired you when you're going about your daily routines, because sometimes it gets rough. And hopefully when you listen to the podcast, you'll walk away with something that will help you get through whatever you're going through. Or you'll have the tools to know what to do when you're going through those rough moments, right? And there are a lot of you who are extremely talented. And I've met a lot of you. I've spoken to a lot of you via email, some on Zoom, some in person. And I like to say that if you would like to be a part of a group that I'm working with, and I always talk about finding your natural gifts, if you're open to it, I'm going to be working with 5 people. There's a small fee. It's nothing crazy. It's only $40. 5 people to help you identify what your natural gift is. Feel free to send me an email, tommydanger@gmail.com. TOMMYDANGER, tommydanger@gmail.com, and just say, I'm in, right? And just keep it real simple. Or I want to participate, okay? Or if you prefer to go through the website, tomdanger.com, you can go there in the contact section and fill that out as well, saying that you want to participate. So I want to help you identify what your natural gift is. And for those of you who do know what your natural gift is, my question is, what stops you from executing your ideas? And if it is overthinking, I question, where does the overthinking come from? And how do you think that we could get over that obstacle? Okay? Is it fear of judgment? Is it fear of failure? Or is it just lack of enthusiasm and drive, right? Some of us will have ideas, but we don't have the enthusiasm to get started and see things through. So you have to ask yourself those questions. And once you look at your assessment, you'll be able to see what we call gaps, right? You'll be able to see where you excel versus where you drop. And then you can sort of ask yourself as to why. Why is it that you move the way that you move? And it's no good or bad. It's just helping you to be more aware. And the more that you're aware, you can navigate yourself better. And even once you become aware, that's not the end of it. That's just the beginning, to be honest with you, because the real work starts when you have to put it into practice. It's easy to move and navigate when you're on autopilot. But when you move to the state of, okay, now people are watching me, so now I really have to think about what I'm doing, that's when the real work begins. And you want to keep yourself in balance. You want to be who you are. You want to be extremely authentic. But in order to be authentic, you have to be self-aware, because there's certain things that will act as a trigger. There could be something from your childhood that prevents you from showing up, that prevents you from being the best person that you could be, because there's something in your mind, and it's not necessarily your fault. It's just that you haven't addressed it, right? So, for example, like my daughter, she loves to draw, but at times she feels unmotivated and uninspired to draw, or she doesn't feel as if she's a great enough artist. And it was all because of one kid when she was younger that told her that her drawing sucks. But in all actuality, she's an amazing artist. And if something in comparison does not look like someone else's art, now she starts to overthink, like, did I do the shading correctly? Did I do the editing properly? You know, so then you go into this whole frame of mind of the first thing which you're overthinking is you have to stop the negative overthinking. When you feel yourself going down that negative path, and the mind naturally does that. The mind is naturally going to think of the negative before the positive. That's something you could research on your own. Just Google it. Why do we think that way? But that's what we do. You know, sometimes, you ever notice that if a person gives you a compliment, you sort of second guess it, like, really? Like, you really think, like, I'm good at that? Or you really feel as if you don't deserve the acknowledgement that you get or the rewards that you get. So you sort of second guess yourself, or you feel as if you feel bad because some of us, like, you feel like you bragging. You feel like you bragging if you do something that's a sense of accomplishment and everyone else in the room doesn't have that same accomplishment. But you shouldn't. You should embrace it. And when you start thinking negative, ask yourself why. When you start going down these weird paths that just stop you from thinking and going where you want to go, just take a moment, breathe, and ask yourself why. So you have to stop the negative thinking, okay? Great segue. And the second thing that you could do to help yourself with overthinking is do something nice for someone else. If you're trying to create your content and you're trying to do it to a certain level, right? Because we're all looking at what everyone else is doing, and you know, some people may question, how do you churn out so much content so quickly, and how do you come up with subjects? And part of it is being self-aware, just knowing that I like to be organized and things are planned out, so I have to have it planned out before we start it so that we're able to execute it. But if you look at your reason, your why for doing it, part of the why for doing the podcast is to help you. I want to help you be better. I want to be surrounded by people who are literally overachievers. I want to be surrounded by people in which we could all celebrate our successes. As a matter of fact, this past week, and I invite you guys to share this exercise, send me an email sharing your small wins. Whatever small win you had this past week, share it. I don't care if it is something as simple as you woke up this morning. That's a win. A lot of people don't wake up in the morning, especially since the whole pandemic and COVID and everything that's going on crazy in the world. Celebrate waking up. Some of us, it's exercising. Some of us, it's changing our eating habits. Some of us, it's pursuing an idea that we always wanted to pursue, or it is merely showing up on social media, because for a lot of us that can be a struggle. Okay? And when you show up on social media, again, you don't necessarily have to do it for yourself, but think about the other person in your family that always had an idea and they never executed it. Or you had a conversation with someone and they wanted to learn about what you do and you're actually doing it. Like if you're creating costumes, or if you're doing art, or if you're just merely speaking on camera. Like, how do you get the ability, or how do you go about speaking confident on camera? Share how you do that. And the way that you deliver it, you're always going to connect with someone, because someone wants to hear it in your voice. They may not want to hear it in my voice. I could be annoying for whatever reason. They want to hear it in your voice. So find ways to do something nice for other people. Now, that's just an example if you're looking at social media, but it could just be, you know, buying someone something, or just merely giving someone a compliment, right? To help you stop overthinking, right? And again, looking at being creative and being on social media, I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of you that create a lot of stuff and it probably just sits in your phone, or sits in your drafts, or you're trying to think of what caption to write, or what hashtags to use, or how to edit it and take it to this point. Hit the upload button. Hit the post button. Just let it go. Let it go. Let the message be received by the people. Because truthfully, even though everyone will say that, oh, you have to hold people attention and you have to edit and pop in and out and do this and text at the bottom. If a person wants to hear what you have to say, they're going to listen to what you have to say. If they're going to skip past it, let them skip past it, because it's not for them. They're going to be assholes all the time who are going to say negative things. Don't forget, it's your account. No matter what platform you're on, you can block them. If you choose to respond, that's also up to you. But 3 ways to help you with your overthinking, to help you stop overthinking. First, you have to stop the negative thoughts. Okay? Number 2, do something nice for someone else. And number 3, take action. Let us know what you think. Leave us a comment. Hit us in the email. This is Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best.